Hi everybody, today is day 68 and I lost 0.4 pounds, which is great. I'm at 201.6 pounds, right? And today I want to answer a couple of your questions. There are some repeating questions, some new, and I want to kind of cover some of them. So let's start with a very random one, which is what I eat. I eat almost everything. I don't eat any sugars, any sweets. I'm not talking about my binge days, because when I do binge, I say to myself, screw it, and eat everything. I don't do soda, even on my binge days, because this is a no-no for me. It's too much sugar. I can totally go for a diet. I know it doesn't taste the same. I don't drink it too often. Only occasion that I do drink that is when I eat like a burger or a burrito, and I kind of like the combination. So I do drink coffee, tea, coffee black, and if I do add cream, it will be a pinch. I would eat everything. I would have 2-3 slices of pizza, which is 250-300 calories each. I would eat rice, I would eat meat, I would eat almost everything that comes to my mind. Because the way I eat, I mostly eat at home. I cook. It's a recent thing. I didn't cook much before, but now I covered that before. I really into cooking. I really like to explore, to go on YouTube and find great recipes. I got myself a grill, George Foreman one, like a small one, and I grill stuff on it. I do marinate my meat when I do meat, like shawarma, like a chicken or turkey, marinate it in like lemon and spices and other stuff. You can find it online how to do it, and it's marinated overnight and so delicious. You just cook it, you can fry it. When I go outside, I eat everything. I just count calories. That's the key. I do count calories, and it means that before I eat, I will go on Google and I punch in what I eat. I weigh the food, or I spoon it with my measurement spoon, and I know exactly what I eat and how much calories there is. My goal is to eat 1,000 calories, and sometimes I go over or under. I know it's extreme, but I do fine with that. I have this safety zone, and sometimes I would go up to 1,500. So in short, I eat everything. I don't eat sugars or drink sugars, and whatever comes to mind, I just eat it. I stay within the calories bounds that I set to myself, and that's it. On binge days, I just binge. I don't give a damn. I do not set my binge days. They come spontaneously. Sometimes they come from nowhere and kind of punch me in the face, but I try to fight it. I don't plan those. I know some people do plan binge days or refeeding days. Now, remember that throughout the 70 days almost of me doing one meal a day, I experiment always and try different things. Because I don't want to bore myself, I will try everything and everything. In terms of how I eat, when I eat, I have a pattern, but I like to break it. I like to kind of take it easy. And right now I kind of struggle a little bit. For the last maybe 2-3 weeks, I had my share of binge days. I would say too much, but at the end of the week I always get to like 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, even 3 pounds loss, which is great. Now, question number 2, when I eat. So throughout this whole period, I would vary in terms of when I start and when I end my feeding time, but I never ate before noon the entire time I'm doing this. And this is one of the most important tools I find in my weight loss, because it's a reset button. It is extremely useful tool when you find yourself on the brink of giving up or slipping up or whatever jeopardy you find yourself in. What I'm talking about is binge days or refeeding days that come spontaneously and grab you by the neck and try to bring you back to your old ways. And then the next morning comes. And for me, and all I'm saying is very, very personal. So don't take anything as an advice. So in the morning I would wake up and I had this night behind me where I digested all of my binge food, and I have maybe like 4-5 hours before noon, and then I make a decision to go forward with my diet. I stopped being hungry in the morning. It's kind of one of those magic things where I just wake up kind of full, And I don't know how to explain it, but that's what I have. And it didn't come right away. It came about a week after I started doing that. So whatever you do, do not eat before noon. Will provide you with this push every day, no matter what happens. It's going to be your anchor, it's going to be your reset button, whatever you call it. It's going to be there for you the next day. It's kind of like, hey buddy, whatever you did last night, you're doing great. Let's start again. Then comes the noon. And I start eating. And I totally experimenting, really, because 60 days passed, or 70 almost, and I did all kind of variations and configurations of that. I would eat a lot at noon right away, or I would eat something small and I would wait until like 3 o'clock and then I would eat a lot. So I would play around, and I don't know, right now, if you're talking about right now, I would start cooking at noon. By 1:30, I will sit down with my plate. And this is what I ate today. It's rice, it's corn, it's chicken, and it's eggs. And it was around like 1,000 calories. And I had like 2 spoons of labneh, which is like a white sour cheese. And it was around 1,000 calories, something like that. And then by 2:30, I will be full and satisfied. I would have like a coffee or water. Another thing I started doing is drink fiber mix. Just a fiber, natural fiber, mixed with lemon juice, with water, and shaken. Very nice. It doesn't taste really horribly, and it would fill me up really well. And to be honest with you, even after a good, solid meal, I would still need that filled up feeling, because call it emotional, call it whatever you want, I still have that remnants of desire to be extremely full, to the point where my belly is about to explode. That's how I ate before, and I still do consider myself a food addict, and nothing I can do about it but to have those tools, including this channel, including the chart I keep every day, waiting in every day, twice a day, calorie counting, mental tricks that I do, whatever there is to keep me from going back. I'm all for it, because I consider it a fight and I need all the weapons. So another question I keep asked a lot is, do I work out? I do not. I'll cover it before and I'll do it again. I don't like it. This is why I don't do that. It's a very personal choice. So this diet, I particularly make a point of trying to lose weight without exercising a lot. And I really, really mean it, because I don't like to run. I don't like to lift weights. None of it. So this is why I keep my calorie intake to 1,000, 1,500, because I know that if I'll go more, I would need to go and sweat it off. And I don't want to do it. I do go with my son, run with him, and do all kind of stuff, but nothing more than like a swim once in a while or walking here and there. Those choices are very personal to me. But if not liking working out, keeping you from not starting this process of weight loss, there is a way. So start. Now the last question I want to cover is, I got a couple of you guys asking me, do I have loose skin? And instead of saying do I or not, I'm just going to show it to you. So if you are not prepared to see a man in his underwear, go see another video. And this is a photograph of me 30 pounds heavier. I hope you can see the difference. So as you can see, there's still a lot of pounds to lose, and perhaps that's why I don't have the loose skin that everybody's so worried about it. And to be honest with you, I never and I will never be worried about that, because whatever comes at me, I'm pretty sure I can handle it. I don't think there's going to be a big problem. I don't think I was overweight that much to be really concerned. And I would suggest to you guys, please do not worry, start your process. That's the list of your problems, because it's so minor. You can hid it under your clothes, and when you get naked, believe me, nobody will run away from you. I understand, I'm a married guy and I'm older. For young single people, it's more of a concern. I personally think that your health is much more important than this very little, very minor cosmetic thing that's very handleable. If you work on your personality and be nice and beautiful on inside, you will attract a person that wouldn't care about loose skin in the slightest. Whoever runs away from you do not deserve you. So I think I'm gonna stop here. You're always welcome to ask me whatever you want. I'll try to comment as soon as possible, and I really appreciate your questions. It helps me to dig within myself, search for my own reasons, explore things mentally. It helps tremendously. Again, thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.